crazy.
Yeah, I have no idea like what this guy talks about or anything. So I
Yep.
I can't wait to hear.
Cool.
So
All
you
right,
can
so
kick
let's
me
go ahead
out
and
today.
get this started.
I don't know how to get out. So
We'll kick you out. I got you.
Okay.
Bye.
bye.
I'm going to kick Kira out too, and she's going to refresh and come back.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
All right. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and. Oh, you already started recording it?
Mm-mm. I didn't hit record.
Hey guys, this is Evan with Summers Wellness. I am here with Leslie Nance from Go-To Kitchens and Kira Oliver. We are all graduates of the 2015 Institute of Nutritional Leadership presented by Dr. Joshua Axe. I asked Leslie and Kira to join us today because I really wanted to get their take, their opinion on last year's program, discuss this year's program, and let you understand how absolutely life-changing this was, not only for me, but for them as well, out of their own personal experience. So they can express to you exactly how this has been life-changing for them as well. This year's program starts next week. Registration is only for the next 5 days. And it is an 8-week program. So, Kira, I see that you're still not in. Take a look at the top in your address bar. You should have a little symbol up there that looks like a camera or video camera. And if you click on that, you may not be in because it's asking for your permission to use your camera and microphone. So I'll give you my story first, and I'll throw it to Leslie. A little over a year ago, about 16 months ago, as my wife and I were looking at our health journey over the previous 12 months and a lot of the wellness changes that we made, dietary changes, exercise changes, being more mindful of the foods that we were eating, she said to me one day, you really need to look at and check out this website from Dr. Axe. And I said, and this is a direct quote, "What's a Dr. Axe?" I had no idea a year and a half ago what a Dr. Axe may have even been. And we ordered a couple of products from his website. I got an invitation around this time last year to join the INL program. And at the time, we started looking at the possibility of becoming a health and wellness coach. We took it as a sign from the universe that we were on the right path. So we jumped in, $200. I was like, all right, I don't think I can afford this, but we'll scrimp and save where we have to, because someone somewhere is putting this in front of us to say, you've got to try this. This is what you've expressed a desire to do, so now do it. I thought it was nothing more than a thinly veiled attempt by Dr. Axe to sell us his products. Before we ever started, I said that out loud to my wife. I hope this is not just him selling us merchandise. I couldn't have been more wrong, and I couldn't have been happier to be more wrong. I came away from this 8-week program energized and inspired. I didn't want to work another day in retail again as long as I've lived, because I met some of the most amazing people just through chatting and interacting on the Facebook page. I learned so much about entrepreneurship and about nutrition on both sides of this coin that it completely altered my perception of the world around me. And from that point on, I mean, I've been pretty much unstoppable. We're not making any money from this. Leslie, Kira, myself, none of us are earning an income or making any money by promoting this program. We are just so, I guess, inspired and blown away by how it's changed our lives that I think spreading the word to as many people as possible has become our mission in this. So Leslie, on that, I'm going to throw it to you.
It's true. I was talking about it today, and I was saying, I have a goal to reach millions of people. I want to reach millions of people, but I can't do that alone. And I want millions of people to make changes and to have a different lifestyle and to have an impact in their health. And you can't do that alone. And so you need people around you. And this program provided me with those people around me that had all the same goals that I had. And so we like create, I don't want to use the word army because that sounds negative, but we created this magnificent force into the world just through one class that began to change and impact people's lives. And so, this is the reason I'm sharing it. This is the reason that I am here saying how much I believe in this class, is because I feel like that the more people get on the forefront and get out there and are, talking about health and wellness, the cooler it becomes, and then everybody wants to do it. So, and that's how humanity works, right? Because we're like creatures of, oh, well, that person says it's cool, so let's go do that. And so and if that's what it takes, then I am all for that. But I really do want to help people impact change. So let me introduce myself. If you don't know me, my name is Leslie. I have a website, gotokitchens.com. When I started the Institute for Nutritional Leadership, my story is that I'm a cancer survivor. Now, I won't go into detail about that, but I'm a cancer survivor. And I had been batting around for about a year. I had been batting around ideas about how to give my cancer journey purpose. It needed purpose. I wanted to have purpose with it. And so we were having what is that called? A fire pit. I was like, bonfire, campfire, what is it? It's a fire pit in the backyard. And it was just my husband and I. And we were sitting there, and I just casually said to him, I was like, I got the most interesting thing in Facebook today that said that Dr. Axe, who we both already knew, Dr. Axe is giving a class on how to become a health and wellness professional. And he's like, what? How much is it? I was like, it's $200. He was like, go get your iPad right now. Go get it. Go sign up. And I was like, what, really? And he's like, Leslie, this is your path. I mean, it just like struck him so powerful. And so I went and got my iPad and then panicked because I couldn't find the link. I was like, where's the link? I was like freaking out because I was all excited. I couldn't find the link. So, but during INL in 8 short weeks, not only did I build amazing relationships with people that will be friends with me, and I will be friends with them for the rest of my life, and we will lift each other up and support each other, but we think alike. I mean, it's all these amazing things that have happened in that 8 short weeks. But I already had a name picked out, but I had a concept, I branded, and I launched my business in 8 weeks. By the 6th week, I had a Facebook page up, and we're doing this. I'm doing it. And so that's how powerful this program is, because I had nothing. You can ask Evan, when people would talk about WordPress and all this social media, I just get these big eyes. And I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know what a hashtag was. I'm not kidding here. That's how much I didn't know about this. And so I didn't even know how to tag people in a Facebook post. It's crazy town. And so it was super, super powerful for me. And that's why I am here to talk about INL and like Evan said, we don't make a penny from this. And I know a lot of you that follow me have already gone and signed up, and I'm so excited to have you in the group. So thank you for that. And then our goal here is to the ones of you that are sitting on the fence is to help you answer some of your questions. And the ones of you that have already signed up, we can answer your questions as well. So I'm ready. And Kira's still flashing down there. She's still flashing.
Yeah, I see her there, but not really there.
Yeah. Kira, just one more time. If you click, can you try to click on your flashing picture and see if that lets you in the room? It's kind of tricky, that thing.
Nope. Yeah, and the key is making sure that your camera and microphone has the permission to be used on Blab.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this.
All right. So in the meantime, And I'm getting some echo, so I'm wondering if I'm getting the echo because Kira is half here. Yeah, because now that she left, the echo went away.
Weird. I don't see that. I mean, I don't hear that.
All right, so this program for me, I learned so much about nutrition, and I learned about the way our bodies deal with food, but it's what I never expected, the level of knowledge I was going to get. I posted the website up here for you guys, so you can copy and paste it in from one of the windows, so you can visit the website and take a look. Dr. Axe has like a 4-minute video on that site that explains the program. Now, registration ends in 6 days. You learn in this program, there's 2 classes a week.
Sorry.
Is that Edison?
Yes,
Hi, Edison.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's 2 classes a week, 1 hour a day, 2 days a week. Ours, if I remember, was it Mondays and Thursdays?
Mondays and Fridays.
If I'm not mistaken.
Mondays
and Fridays. Okay.
Mondays and Fridays.
Yep. So what you got on Monday, you had a course on health training. On Friday, it was on business, and we went through different diets. We went through gut health. We went through essential oils, natural treatments for hormones, how to put together. This was just blew me away. He explained how to design and put together a health coaching program if you want to get involved in the health coaching side of this business. Talks about emotional, mental, and spiritual health, detoxification programs, alternative therapies, not only for cancer, but for other ailments as well. That's just on the health side. Just if you just went through an 8-week course of just that alone, you'd be paying $1,500
at least.
I mean, the benefit of just that set of protocols would easily cost you $1,000 to $1,500. On the business side, he provides a formula for success he says it's in your health business, but in actuality, any entrepreneur in any type of industry could use the skills that he's teaching in this program. How to build a website, how to create a marketing funnel, how to build your brand and find a niche. Every single one of these that I'm telling you guys about, I'm looking at Leslie, because what she started with and what she's developed in the last 12 months would totally and completely blow your mind. How to boost SEO on a website. Look, Kira's here.
I made it. Can you hear me?
You made it. Yes, we can hear you. How you can build 100,000 members to a newsletter following. How to work social media for your business. All of these things are part of the business side of this training. He should charge $2,000 for this. It really honestly should. All right, Kira's here, so let's throw it to Kira. You heard mine and Leslie's testimonial on last year's INL program. I have not personally heard yours before. I would love to hear how that program impacted your life.
Oh, wow. Well, I heard most of yours. So if I repeat something, that just shows how great it is. And it's funny, you talk about $2,000. I think he is going to be charging $2,500 for this program soon. So it's definitely the best. I'm going to go with your title there, the best $200 ever spent. You guys, in terms of my story, I lost my son when he was 4.5 months old. He would be 14 years old. I can't believe that. But I tell you, Dr. Axe's program has made such an impact in my life. I realized that I needed to take really good care of myself in order to deal with that tragedy. And then I stumbled upon Dr. X's program, and I'm like, wow, this sounds so perfect for me. I need to understand how to share my story. How can I do that? Because health is so important in, dealing not just with tragedies, but I think with just everyday life. The better we feel, the better we can give. And so that's kind of where it started for me. And so I jumped, right into his program and just fell madly in love with it. And, it's really great because he talks about how you have to just kind of, fire and just get it going, and then you kind of figure out how to get there as you do. We all hesitate to make these moves and to take these steps, for whatever reason, fear or somebody's judging me or whatever. And it's not like that at all. And he teaches us that in this class. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Mm-hmm. Yes, for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. So, I just want to, along with you guys, encourage people to, you got to just jump in. He teaches us everything, not just about good health and things that you should know that are critical to everyone's health out there, but he also teaches you how to do this from a business perspective. Dr. Axe gives us all kinds of tools along the way. You will not be left empty-handed about anything. I mean, if you follow this plan, stay on top of it, do the reading, do the homework, it's amazing what will happen in such a short period of time, not with you just personally, but also just with your business and that growth.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And by the way, I just have to throw out there, this is totally off subject, but Janie, who is with us, who is going to be in INL with us in 2016. Janie, I just want to introduce you to Kira. Janie is a vegan. She is starting her vegan path. And this is Kira that's in my 10 healthiest people post, the vegan triathlete. And Janie was like, I really like the vegan triathlete. So Janie, this is Kira. So I just wanted to say, yes, your secret friend.
Well, and
sorry.
Marcy is in here too.
Yes.
Marcy is also in here, and she is she's somebody else who is undertaking her vegan journey as well.
Yes.
So,
and they're both in INL.
They're both now in INL for 2016.
Yeah. So very cool.
Awesome.
So I'm going to ask you this, Leslie. I want to ask you this, and I guess I want to throw it at you also, Kira. There is some homework that Dr. Axe does provide through the course. You're paying $200 for this program. How seriously did you take the homework, and how much effort did it really take you to go through and incorporate that level of the homework into the program? How did you benefit from it?
Yeah, so
Leslie, go ahead and take it first.
Yeah, so for me, it's funny because I pulled out my notebook. When I started class, I was all excited. I went and got myself new pens and a special notebook to take notes. I mean, I was serious. We're doing this. This is school, and I'm going to be there, and I'm going to do it. And so it was serious for me. So because I knew that I had something good inside of me, and I needed somebody to help draw it out. And this class did that. So this notebook, by the way, is 8 weeks, and it is completely full. It's got diagrams. It's got highlights. It's got homework. It has all kinds of stuff in it. And this was like I carried it everywhere. I was like little schoolgirl. I was like, here's my notebook, So anywhere I was doing homework and, trying to keep up with everything. So for me, I devoted a lot of time. I had the luxury of being able to devote a lot of time, but I can tell you story after story after story of people who have done it and are still really successful and probably didn't put as much time and effort as I did into it. But I mean, I did the homework, like I was like a good girl, because I'm kind of a rule follower. So I was like, I better do the homework because Dr. Axe is going to know. And so I did the homework and took really good notes, because I really felt like within the first week, I felt like I was so empowered. After the first class, I was so empowered to do this. And I was like, I'm doing this. And by like week 2, I'm already writing out business plans. I'm like, this is what this is what I'm going to do. And I was like, writing down business plans. And I was like absent for like 8 weeks in my office, watching my computer and doing research and doing my homework and everything. And that's how much effort I put into it. And it's paid off greatly. I would go, well, I'm going back and doing it again, all over again, because it's just that exciting. So, but you know what? It gave me the legs and the empowerment and the courage to jump out of every comfort zone I've ever had, to grow a business from absolutely nothing, no clients, no credibility, nothing. I just grew it out of complete nothingness. And it's turning into something so powerful and so valuable to not only myself, but to other people. So it all started in that short 8 weeks. So it's extremely, extremely powerful for me that way. And I did the homework. Do your homework.
No, that's awesome. I did want to comment, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but you hit on a tip that I think is really important. When you write down whatever you're thinking, I text myself a lot. You sleep better at night. Mm-hmm. So because you're going to have so many ideas. It is so empowering. And also, I wanted to step back. I didn't introduce myself. You guys did, but Kira Oliver, yourownutopia.com. And so, for me, I did it as I went, but I think the biggest thing I want to share is that, as Leslie said, you're going to be so excited. There's going to be so many ideas. All of them will be great ideas. Write them all down. But, you can tend to feel overwhelmed because you want to get them all done and you feel like you've got to get them all done today. It's not that way. If you just kind of follow the course, again, write down all those great ideas as you go, because that's part of the originality and the creation of you and what you will be developing. Mm-hmm. But just follow the course and you will actually accomplish things. And, one of the best things that I think I taught, or maybe Dr. Axe pushed and encouraged me to do in that course that has helped me accomplish more than anything is every single day, I plan my entire day, and it's down to the minute. Okay, maybe not when I go to the bathroom, but you know what I mean? It's down to the minute. And if I'm going to stop and eat, I get my workouts in. Of course, as a triathlete, I've got I do Ironman races. So I have a lot of swim, biking, and running that I have to do every day. But I plan every bit of my day, and it is amazing what you accomplish when you write it down. And, even if you get 75% of what you wrote down, that's huge. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing that, we try to encourage you guys, as, helping Dr. Axe and everybody that is with INL. We try to encourage you to come up with tactics that will work for you, that will help you not feel overwhelmed, that will help you stay on course. So, I'm with Leslie, follow it to the best of your ability. Try to not get behind. But if you do, that's okay. There are ways to work through that. Life does happen, but he doesn't give us so much homework. And Evan, you touched on homework. He doesn't give you so much that it's not possible. No. So there's no fear whatsoever. It's very simple. He keeps it. I love the cat walking by there. Very simple. So don't, you just got to jump on board, jump in, whether you think you're ready or not. You just got to come on in. You got to come in with us. It's just so awesome.
No, and you're right, Kira. It's not, when I say homework, it sounds daunting, but they're really simplistic tasks to reinforce the knowledge that he has imparted upon us in that day's class. So it's not anything that takes, more than, on average, maybe 30 to 60 minutes of real effort. And most days it was even less than that. But it's all done to help you understand a better link between you and the material that he's teaching. And the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. You're dead on. None of it is so overwhelming. You could go through the entire 8 weeks and blow off all of those so-called assignments and still get $2,000 worth of value out of that class. Even if you never did any of the homework, there are people in the last 30 days that went through this class a year ago that are just now launching their program, just now launching their website, just now launching a Facebook page that's geared to their business. For me, I was in such a panic through week one. When week one happened and I realized how much information I was getting, I was afraid I wasn't going to continue to have access to all of this material for the future.
We did panic. We're like,
went through.
Yeah.
There was so much value. I painstakingly went through and I copied every piece of material into a file onto a flash drive. I downloaded every single webinar. So I had all the audio files and everything available at my disposal. So if we no longer had access to the program 90 days later, I could still cheat my way into going back and reviewing this material.
It's true.
It's that powerful.
I know. Evan, I was like,
the good news is
second class. I need to hear second class again. And it was, so funny.
But what's great is you do have lifetime access to the material.
Right.
So, if you get onto the calls, there are scheduled calls. I think it's 2 a week. And so if you get on the call, so one of the calls is going to be about health and nutrition. I saw somebody ask a question about, is this about nutrition? So one call's about, health and nutrition and teaching you a lot of that really useful information that so many people need. And you need to be able to answer, or at least know how to get the research for it. And then the other call is about the business development side. And so you have those two that happen each week. And, if you listen during class, definitely take notes, but listen, really use your ears and listen carefully. You've got access to all of the program information for a lifetime. So I think that's amazing.
Which we didn't know in the first one.
So today I was doing a whole Periscope about it. And somebody was asking me very specific questions about, will it do this for me? Will it do that for me? And I said, here is what it's like. So if you're familiar with a Montessori school, which is, we are going to give you the tools. We're going to give you the tools to be great. And it's up to you to be great, right? So we're going to show you the path to greatness, but it's up to you to take that path. And that's exactly how I felt about this class. So, let's be honest, it's probably not for every single person out there, but he equips us with secrets that you are not going to get just Googling them because he has real life experience, because Dr. Axe was an entrepreneur and he went out on his own and took a huge risk in business and has grown it from a small, business into a giant worldwide thing. And so he's been there. He's been every step of the way. He understands our pains. He understands what it takes. And if you're following it because of the nutrition part of it, he is an expert in every single one of those. And he teaches you a way to teach it back out. So when you take in all the nutrition information, you're like, oh my gosh, that makes it so practical. So if you guys are my followers and you look at me and you're like, you just make it so easy and so practical, that's because that's how I was taught to make it. So back to you, it's easy and practical because that's how I was taught to teach it. So those are very powerful tools that he gives you, but it's up to you to use those tools. So it's not going to be one of those things where everybody's like holding your hand along the way and, saying, hey, you got to do this next and you got to do that next. It's a map and it's up to you to take the paths so that is right for you. Yeah.
And I want to say,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, what I love about Dr. Axe is he is so passionate, just deep in his heart about helping other people. I mean, that's truly his mission. And while he is wildly successful, he's successful because he's helping other people. He's successful because he's passionate about it. You know, he's not greedy about what he's doing. He wants to give. He wants to give back as much as possible. And so he tells you these secrets, if you will, but at the same time, they're not even secrets. You know, it's just like, he's like, here's how I did it. Here's what you do. And he gives you all of the tools to do it, you know? So again, like Leslie said, I mean, you're so right. He's like, it's up to you. If you want to do it, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. And I mean, he tells you tools all the way down to ways to do infographics for next to nothing online, you know, free tools that you can find, because he gets the fact that, you know, as just starting out entrepreneur or just starting out in this business, there's not a lot of cash flow possibly. And so he wants you to be successful. So he shares with us what he did to be successful and to get where he is. Now he has built an amazing, powerful empire, healthy empire. But again, it's still the same mission. It's about helping other people. It's about transforming the lives of others. And he has never left that mission. You know, I've been very fortunate to meet him in person several times, and I'm on some calls with him, and I think you guys are too. And it's amazing. He's still the same person each and every time, and he is so encouraging, and he just wants to get us fired up, you know, and help us grow. I mean, that's what it's about. And so we're all growing together. We're all in this together. And, you know, you just have to, again, just come on board with us. You will not be disappointed, but push yourself to go through the steps. Push yourself to stay on task as best as possible. Don't feel overwhelmed. Just do what Dr. Axe suggests each week, little by little, and you'll be amazed at what you've accomplished by the end of those 8 weeks.
It's you know, if you think, and I've seen some of the comments in the chat, that you guys are loving how impassioned we are about the program. You're looking at 3 people who are not getting paid to do this. We are all ambassadors on the Dr. Axe team. We've taken it upon ourselves as volunteers to be an intermediary between you guys on the private Facebook group when you have questions and comments or feel a little lost. Yeah, Leslie's right. Dr. Axe doesn't even know we're doing this. But we're there to help act as intermediaries. So when you have questions, we've been through this already. So I was ready to pay to do this again. That's how empowered I felt by the first class that we went through. But we're there when you've got questions. We remember the questions that we had last year. We remember the questions that came up week after week after week that seemed to always fall within a certain theme or a certain number of questions that kept being re-asked over and over again. Well, now we're in a position where we can anticipate some of those. So we'll be able to answer some of those questions proactively because we've been there and we're right there with you side by side to help guide you through the process. If you think we're passionate about this program, just wait until you hear the passion behind Dr. Axe's voice on week 1. On week 1, when he first starts talking, when you hear the words, "Hey guys, Dr. Axe here," you can tell already that this is what he's called to do.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. We all get so inspired, and and that's the other part. Like, we kind of mentioned this a little bit about the Facebook community, but hasn't that been amazing? Like, the community that comes out of the Facebook group. Yeah, it's crazy.
I made a joke today that I would pay $200 just to be in that Facebook community.
I know.
Forget the classes. I just want to be in the, and this is what I'm going to say to you, Missy. So what Missy's asking the question, how can we help her define if this is right for her or not? And I want to say this, and I know that you and I have discussed this a lot today, and then I invited you to this blab so we could talk more about it. I think you talked to Evan as well. And so here's what I would have to say to you. the networking opportunities for you are worth the $200, first of all, because there are people that pay to be in mastermind classes, or mastermind type things. They pay a lot more money for the same access that you're going to get to all these people that have the same, that are on the same plane as you, as far as how you think and how you feel and what your passion is. You're going to find so many people that you click with, because there's going to be tons of people that do what you do there. And the awesome part about it is that there's no competition. We're not like, competing against one another. We are collaborating. I have collaborated with so many people from that class, doing blog posts and doing blabs and doing, when I do a Periscope, they promote my Periscope. When they do, a live broadcasting, I promote them. This is how I know Evan, this is how I'm pointing to you guys, because that's where you're at in my boxes. And Kira, that's how I know them, is because of this. And we have friendships that are going to last a lifetime. Kira and I are actually working on something. We're collaborating on something together right now. And had we never had that connection in that group, we would have probably never even met, and certainly never had the deep connection that we have now. So it's an amazing opportunity. If you don't even take the classes, but you should take the classes. But even if you didn't, it's an amazing opportunity just to be in that collective mindset. It feels so powerful, and it is so powerful. All of these people that have the same mindset as you, and it's so refreshing, because you get there and you're like, oh, these are my peeps. These are my people, because we all have the same emotions about wanting to help people. So take the class, obviously, but that Facebook group is so, so powerful. It's my number 2 favorite thing about the whole thing, is that Facebook page. So yeah, very powerful.
And it's the most interactive Facebook group I've ever been a part of.
It is.
Oftentimes you get involved in these, a lot, and I've been through other private Facebook groups with other courses and other programs that I've taken. And in the last year, I've been involved in them with some high profile people. I mean, I'm talking about, people along the line of Ocean Robbins and some other really high profile private Facebook groups that I've been a part of.
Yeah. I
have never made a connection to people like I have in this Facebook group. I've never seen so much interactivity amongst complete and total strangers, forming lifelong friendships.
It's true.
Out of this goes back to like the early chat days of AOL. I mean, that's the last time I can remember.
Except not creepy.
Right.
Creepy.
Get rid of the creepy side.
Wait, you're dating.
Right?
I know. Kira is actually one of the first people I ever connected with on INL. Leslie is one of the people I connected with very early on as well. Dana, who just joined the Blab, she and I do Blabs, twice a week on here. Again, another connection that came out of this program. Leslie at the end of the class, we started to set up a mastermind group. It's one of the tenets that Dr. Axe talks about, to surround yourself with people that are moving together. They're not your competition. He has a lot of sayings that will ring very true, like a rising tide lifts all ships. So we took that and ran with it, and we created a mastermind group coming out of last year's class that of the 14 people we started with, 8 of those 14 are still with us, and we've added 4 more. So we're actually at 12 right now, and we started at 14, and the bonds that we've created through that group alone made the $200 seem like a penny.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I was just going to say, I love how Whole Health Dana has got the Ready, Fire, Aim going on there.
That's right.
Yep.
One of Dr. Axe's. And I was trying to say that earlier. Some of you guys may not have understood that, but, it really is, get ready, fire, and then you're going to aim, because we all just will sit around and not do anything and procrastinate. And again, you have that fear, or people are going to judge. You know what? People will start to write you and tell you how much you're helping them. In fact, I just got a testimonial last night, a very long, beautiful testimonial from a woman. I moved to San Diego from Richmond, Virginia. Haven't seen her in several years, and I had no idea she'd been following me. And she wrote me, told me about this whole history of problems she's had trying to get pregnant, all of these different things, and basically shared with me that I had helped her greatly, and that they are starting to have some successes. And that is when my heart just beats fast, because I love knowing that I'm helping other people. And that's one of the things that starts to happen, is people will start writing you, and you're like, wow, I had no idea that I'm helping other people. And you guys can do that. Yeah, isn't it great? And you can do that. And that's what, Dr. Axe, he will coach you on how to set up your business and how to confidently speak about good health to others.
Sorry.
And again, he will also.
I'm sorry. I just saw Missy all day is like, I need to hit this red button, and she just put in, okay, I just
yeah, I know. Missy, hit it.
She just hit the red button.
Yay!
Yep.
Yeah.
I can promise you,
but no,
you will
it's
not
great.
be sorry.
You will not.
Yeah, and you guys were talking about the mastermind group. I was honored. You guys asked me to talk to your group. I don't know if you remember that.
Of course we do.
You guys first, thank you. When you guys first got started, and I was just so excited to see your mastermind group and others come out of that Facebook page. I mean, it was just the most beautiful thing to watch these relationships build throughout the duration of the class, and then after. And that's another thing, is the Facebook page, it continues on for a good while. I think they allow it until the next one starts, right? Do you guys recall how that works?
This one originally was we were told it was only going to be around for like 90 days, and then it wasn't going to be manned by ambassadors anymore. Nobody was going to watch it. But here's what's really funny. Even with the ambassadors not paying close attention to the page, it still continued daily interaction.
Yeah.
The bonds that were formed in that page just in the first, through that first 8 weeks, continued now for an entire year thereafter. Mm-hmm. People created additional Facebook groups because they thought that one was going away. It was communicated, possibly incorrectly, that one was going away. So there were a dozen offshoots that were created of other Facebook groups that were tied to that program because people were desperate not to lose touch with one another.
Yeah. So we wouldn't lose our community. We all panicked because we were like, God, this is like our lifeline. I mean, this is where, and it's so different from other Facebook pages because you don't just hear like, oh, I had a marvelous day today and I made $100,000. You hear like, holy crud, I'm 10 grand in the hole and I need to figure out how to get out of it. So that nobody ever says that, but I'm just using that as an example. But but you hear the good, bad, and ugly. So you're not living in a fantasy world of everybody's doing great and I stink. You actually get to hear everybody's journey along the way. So yeah, it's not one of those sugar-coated little groups. We're just being honest about what's going on in our lives. And that alone is really powerful as well. So, and I love that we can keep that. But to answer your question, Kira, that they're keeping the Facebook group live. And I'm trying to get the question answered right now about, and if you remember, you get to stay there, or for an alumni. I'm trying to get the question answered if alumni get to take the course live again. We're trying to figure that out with programs right now. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that they're going to leave it as it is and just let that community continue to grow. What happened to my light? That's like really weird. What's happening? Stop it.
So couple of questions I want to answer real quick that have come up. Kathy asked, is this a nutritional class? Part of the class is going to go on and talk about nutrition. There will be some nutritional training, but it is not entirely centered on nutrition. Dr. Axe touches on a number of nutritional topics. throughout the 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the website, there's a breakdown on that website of what overall topics he touches on for each of the 8 weeks of the program. But it's not only is there nutrition tied in, but it's a wider scope. It's not just a sniper shot of nutrition. He covers different types of diets. He also covers how you can empower yourself to learn more about nutrition. It's not just he wants to teach you nutrition. He's trying to teach you how to learn about nutrition on your own as well.
It's unique.
Yeah, it's a ton. I think everybody gets totally surprised by how much. In fact, I think I recall some people last year within the first 1 or 2 weeks commenting on they had already gotten their money's worth. Do you guys remember
probably
that?
me.
Because that's what happened. It probably was you. It probably was you, Leslie. I mean, it's that good, you know.
Yeah.
It's that amazing. Yeah.
And
here's what's really funny to me. And Leslie, I'll throw it to you here in a second.
Yeah.
Whenever you have a program like this that people are paying for, now even though it's only $200, you still have people, as they're paying for something like this, there's going to be a certain percentage that are going to try to tear it down. They're going to be negative. They're going to post negative comments on a public forum like the group Facebook page, complaining about the value that they got for their money. I can only remember one person. I can only remember one negative comment in 8 weeks of massive interaction. I can only remember one hater. And everybody kind of stepped up and said, look, if this is so bad, send an email and get your money back. But the rest of us are getting so much value out of this, we don't even want to hear the negativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and usually the if anyone is negative, which you're right, it does not happen very often, but you know, things like that do happen within any group. But usually it's because they're not even going through the program. They're not paying attention. You know, occasionally we as an ambassador would, notice a question would come through, but they would comment, oh, well, I haven't really done anything since it started. Well, that's why you're frustrated.
Exactly.
So again, it goes back to what, Leslie, you were saying, and Evan, we are given the tools, we're given the map to do and accomplish whatever it is we want to do. It's up to us as individuals to do that.
Yeah, and I think that somebody was asking, what is the Facebook page? So the Facebook page is associated with the program. So you get the whole program, and then you get this amazing login to this amazing Facebook page that is just for people in the program with you. And I loved, and I hope that they reinstate this. At the top of the page, there is a pinned post always, and it always talks about these are the guidelines. These are our expectations, and these are the guidelines of this page. There's no complaining. There's no self-promotion, complaining within reason. Like you just can't get on there and be a Debbie Downer. And I can't remember what the third one was, but there was another suggestion of how not to be on that page. And everybody read it and they were like, okay, we can do that. And everybody just totally abides by it. And it's these are our ground rules and everybody plays by the same rules. And it's been, and still to this day, because there's let's face it, there's 2,000 entrepreneurs on there, right? and you'd think that page would be full of our websites and full of, hey, I'm doing this, go check this out. And I'm, blah, blah, blah. And nobody does that because we're so interconnected. We know what's going on with each other anyway, but you don't have to sit there and weed through the promotions of somebody, self-promotion to find the content that you're looking for. So it's so powerful that way. And everybody was so respectful of that. And I love that they just said that up front. Yeah. These are the rules and you need to follow those rules. And if not, you're going to get called out, bottom line. And
well, that's why it works so well, because we're not on there for everybody to do commercials about themselves. That's not what we're looking for. We're on there to support one another. And so by setting those ground rules, from the get-go, we all know what's going on, and it works beautifully. I wanted to respond. I noticed, Evan, you responded to you do get a certificate, but I think it's important to understand that this is not a certified nutritional course. Okay. This is a business course in which you will learn a ton about nutrition, a ton. You will be amazed at what you learn, way more than you expect. And you learn a ton, everything you need to know, everything about setting up your business. But this is not an official nutritional, certified nutritional course. I will tell you that might be coming, but I probably shouldn't say too much about that right now. But for now, that this is not a, yes, no. But anyway, but you will get a certificate, and you can certainly claim that you've gone through this nutritional leadership course and put that in your credentials. And yes, it will be helpful for your business.
There's another question.
And we're going to open it up. Yep, there is. And I want to open it up real quick. I left the open seat empty. So if any of you guys want to jump in and ask one or two questions, I know we've had some really great interaction in the chat. But if you want to jump in and ask a question or make a comment, feel free to jump into the open seat. That way you can ask your question directly. Don't feel shy. Don't feel, hey, we're here. We're doing this. So,
come on.
Kira is beckoning you.
That's right. Come on. Yeah, you guys hop in a seat. We'll be happy to answer your questions, and it goes a lot faster than the chat.
It does.
But while we're waiting for someone to jump in, I just wanted to, I talked a moment ago about, to me, a personal success is when someone writes me and says, thank you so much for helping me. And, because that's my mission. I'm trying to meet people where they are. Even though I'm a plant-based triathlete, I'm not trying to get people to be plant-based. If you want to be, I can help you do that. I know how to do it. Obviously, if you want to be a triathlete or Ironman, I can help you with that too. But that's not my intention. My intention is to meet you where you are and to help you understand how to make healthier choices in your life. In fact, healthy lifestyle choices, a lifestyle that feels good. That's my tagline. That's what I'm after, is to help you have a lifestyle that feels good. And another success that I wanted to just share, and I'm sure Evan and Leslie, you guys have some as well. So in this process, as part of my marketing and growth, I am writing for some of the biggest wellness advocates in the world. I'm very fortunate and so grateful to do that. I cannot tell you who they all are, but I can tell you who one of them is. And that is the well-known avocado guy, David Wolf. I think
look at her.
You guys all know David Wolf.
Right?
I'm very grateful for that opportunity. He is supporting me greatly, and it's just amazing. And that's something that I really didn't expect to happen. And, some relationships were built, and, so it's pretty awesome to get to write for him as Kira Oliver. So that's David Wolf, WOLFE.com. He's the guy out of LA, the avocado guy.
I just
know him.
I just want to close out the blab and run away and hide, because the fact that you are writing for David Wolf just makes me want to say, all right, that's it. Kira wins.
It's amazing. I know. Evan and I were like, really? Wow. We thought we knew a lot about you, but holy cow, that's amazing. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's influence right there.
Right?
Well, I'm very grateful. I think he's got like about 4 million followers. So, it's been pretty exciting to watch what happens with, the social media, for example. So when, as I write for him, they have very strategic things that they do, which you guys will learn a lot about in this course, but very strategic things that they do with their social media, and how they handle and manage their website when these articles are placed there, or sometimes I do a meme and it gets picked up. So, it's pretty cool. And then you get to watch your statistics. So that's another thing that's super important, and that you will hear Dr. X talk about. is you need to know your numbers. So as you're doing your work and you're building your business, and let's say you really are starting to get into your social media, you're going to want to know, what time should I post this stuff on social media? How frequently? What should the subjects be? What's popular out there? All these different tactics that really, really can positively impact your business, and that makes all of your time that you're using more effective and efficient. You've got to think that way. And that's why I go back to my list that I make every day. And literally, you guys, it's on a blank piece of paper. It's a blank piece of paper. And at the top of it, I always write, good morning. There we go. Just like that. Yep. Just like that.
I wanted
I write good morning.
I have two things.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to interrupt you, Kira. Number one, to you, Kira, if David Wolf would like personal one-on-one tutoring on Periscope, Leslie and I would be happy to help him with that.
Okay.
But for everybody else, I want to expand on something Kira said. She mentioned how Dr. Axe gives you the tools, and he references a lot of material. Here's what's also really cool about Dr. Axe and the way he does this program. He doesn't take the stance that he knows everything. In fact, his humility actually comes out even more when he tells you that he doesn't know anything. He just follows good leaders. And then he goes so far as to give you a list of people that you should be following and modeling and watching, and basically tells you, these are the people in this business that I model myself after, and you're a fool if you don't model them too.
There's Stephanie. She wants to come in. Stephanie, come in. Evan, let her in.
I did.
Hello. Hey, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
I was listening from my phone as I was driving, and so I just got home and got on my computer so that I could get on, which I was grateful that you guys continued on while I got home. So I had no idea before today that I would want to pay $200 to do a program and study nutrition. I'm a massage therapist. I own a wellness center. Do I really want to add this? And what I've got from it is yes, perhaps, because you could use it as ways to market to people, to attract people, whatever, perhaps.
You will.
Absolutely.
I will give you this piece of knowledge, information, advice. In your business, just by going through the 8-week program with Dr. Axe, your mind is going to race into 100 different directions with all of the additional value-added services that you are going to be able to offer your clients.
Mm-hmm.
You will be on fire coming out of the 8 weeks.
Right. And what if you get behind, when I was, until I realized you guys said it's only an 8-week program, like, holy fuck, well, what if you lose track and you can't, I tend to do that, I do a lot of Bible studies, and I'm the one who doesn't do the homework, but I still keep going, but then you know what I'm saying? So tell me about that. Does it get overwhelming, and what if you can't get on calls? Can you are there replays?
Yes. So those replays.
Go ahead.
There's replays. There's a lot of support. It's there was a lot of people that were getting behind in the alumni class that I'm a part of now. They would get behind, and there was this little sense of panic, like, oh my gosh, and it was almost like you wanted to type in, spoiler alert, this is what's happening in class, because you wanted to talk about it. And so, but there were a lot of people that went at their complete own pace, that never listened to the calls live, and then interacted after. So it is not, I encourage people to listen live because there's a certain dynamic dynamic. When you can listen live, you should listen live. But because there's a certain dynamic that happens after the call, everybody goes right to the Facebook page and starts discussing everything. So you get this extra boost of energy from it. So I suggest that, but it's certainly not going to, you're not going to feel left out if you're not listening live. Now there are going to be 4 live Q&A calls with Dr. Axe. And the only time, I don't think, do we have replay? Yeah, we had replays for those, but those are really cool to listen to live. I would recommend trying to make those. Typically those are in the evening. He does them at different times so people can hit them at different, people that have different lifestyles can get on a live call. But those calls are really interesting, and you submit your question ahead of time, and then then he answers the question, and it's so exciting to hear your question. It's like, oh God, that's my question. And so, but yeah, but if you get behind, it's nothing to panic about. And you can definitely go at your own pace. And I've talked to several people already that said that that's going to have to be their plan because they have a full-time job or they have kids, or, I'm going to have my kids with my husband at night while I listen to the class. And that's completely acceptable. So, don't let that hold you back. And as far as what you do, this is going to give you, I don't know how long you've been doing it, but I've talked to many people.
We've had our business for 8 years, but I've been doing massage 29 years.
Okay. So a lot of people that have been in the business for a long time, you get this, you just kind of get this relaxed feeling into what you're doing. This is going to give you a second wind, if you will, into what you're doing and create an excitement that is undeniable. So, and I've talked to I think I know like the entire alumni class almost, and have like personal interaction with almost every single one of the 1,500 people that were in that class. I'm not kidding. I was a little bit of a social butterfly last year. And so, yeah. And so, but I have talked.
Everybody knows Leslie.
I talked to a lot of people, and a lot of them were seasoned veterans in nutrition or in health or in whatever field that they were in, and they feel like they got a burst of energy into something new and different. And I was so encouraged by that. That was so exciting for me to hear that. So, I mean, and I've been doing this for a year only, and I'm like, I can't wait to hear these classes again, knowing what I know now and hearing them again. It's so exciting. So yes, sorry, that was a long way.
Next year, Stephanie.
That's neat that you get to redo it. That is neat, because I did an acupressure class online, and it was like a 6-month class, and then he kept it up for a year. He extended it for us so we could have the videos longer, but then now they're gone. But yeah,
I can log in today cool. and still see the videos. So
that's great.
Yeah, it's great.
And
I wanted to also just, again, encourage, I'm not sure if you heard the part when I talked about planning your day, because I think for all of us, we have so much that we need to do and then so much we want to do. Those are like, to me, two different things sometimes. And my want to do list is really, really big. We can sometimes feel like, gosh, I can just never get there. But when you make that list every day, even though something might change in your day that's unexpected, I think that's really how you get there, So I would encourage you, because you already know how your current schedule is. And then now, okay, I've got to add homework in. How do I do that? And again, that homework is not overwhelming, but I think that's how you accomplish that. One of the things I'm working on right now that kind of started in my head 14 years ago when I lost my baby boy. It was a book. And I kind of knew what this book was supposed to be. And then some years went by, and then a little bit happened with it. And a few more years went by. And then all of a sudden, through prayer and just these amazing things in my life and intention, this book is now happening. And I literally put it in my schedule. And that's how it happens. And before I start writing the book, I literally put all my intentions into place. I pray for them. I think about, I'm like, this is what, please help me to get to this place. Give me the words, whatever it is that you're working on, and you'll be amazed at what happens. So anyway, I think you'll be able to accomplish way more than you might expect, even with your existing busy schedule.
Thank you. Thank you. I actually did Dr. Axe's aromatherapy webinar where I signed up for his class, and I, at my own pace, watch his videos and stuff, and have learned a lot. So I'm excited. Cool. Well, I look forward to seeing more of you and maybe doing a blab with you guys in the future, and all that kind of stuff.
That would be great, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Thank you.
Kira, you touched
Bye.
on a point that I think is so important, and people comment every single day, like the people that follow me on a regular basis, because I do live broadcasting every day. So I have people that, they feel like they know me personally, and they really probably do because I'm in front of a camera a lot. But they say to me, I don't know how you get everything done. Like you say, you're going to have a blog post and it's there, and you're like I don't have any employees. What you see right here is Go To Kitchens and my kitchen. And I'm like, it's because I was set up for success. It's because I was mentored in a way to be successve And I'm still learning my way into that, because I've never been good at it. In fact, I really stink at it. But I've applied those skills that I was taught, and it's really helped me to be very powerful in getting stuff done and getting the content and getting the things that I want to accomplish out there. So yeah, because when you're just one person doing this, it's like, but if you have the tools and the skill, if you've been taught the skill and you can implement it, then it's extremely powerful. So yeah.
Well, that reminds me, I recently listened to, I'm sure you guys know Brendan Burchard, and he does things in a very different way, but, it crosses over probably a little bit here and there. He just really talked about how for years and years and years, he has done everything himself. And he's built a huge business, you guys, huge. And he's done everything himself, and so yeah, same with me, like I'm creating my graphics, I'm doing all my writing, I'm doing everything. Now there'll come a time as it grows where more support will come on board. I mean, Dr. Axe was doing everything himself. He now has an awesome team, and I know them intimately. They're amazing, but they all follow the same mission, and so they meet regularly. There's no one's straying from that mission of transforming lives. So he's able to keep it together. But in order for him to support us more, he had to get help. Yeah. But he got to that point. But before that, he was doing the same thing. He had to figure it out on his own, and he did. So you roll with that.
Well, and the other thing that I really like is the fact that none of us would have been appointed to be ambassadors for this program or any of his programs if his team didn't feel as though we embodied that sense of value and purpose that Dr. Axe embodies. So none of us would have been put in place to try to guide people down this process if we didn't share the same type of value system that he does, if we didn't try to change people's lives right along with him in a positive fashion. None of us would have been given this responsibility, quite honestly, to help guide people in this transition. Yeah. So it's a great unpaid honor for all of us to feel as though we're a part of this team.
Yeah, but we're paid by being able to serve and give to others, and so no, we're not paid monetarily at all. And again, for anybody who came on late, I mean, we are doing this broadcast completely on our own. Dr. Axe has nothing to do with it. I'm sure he will see it and be proud of it, but we're not doing it for that purpose. We're doing it because we love you guys and we want to help you guys. We want you to hear straight from us how awesome the program is and how we found so much success and still are each and every day of our lives. That's what we're here for. So we just want to help you guys be successful.
I love that Kira has a surfboard behind her. That just makes my day.
Thank you.
I need to put my surfboard in my office. Now I'm like, I'm going to go get my surfboard.
Right?
I have 2 in my basement
Well,
in Colorado.
I'm surprised Kira is still here. Kira
Yes.
told me that
I
she
know,
had to
and
leave
you
it,
could go.
Yeah. Actually,
That's all right.
I need
Let's
to go.
go ahead and wrap it up.
Too, so yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Jen was trying to give me dinner 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, right. I
So,
keep looking
well,
up at my clock. I'm like, I gotta go.
But we're
All
gonna
right, Kira, go
repost
ahead.
this, right? We'll be able to save this so some people can listen to it and share it, right? Evan?
Oh yeah, I'll send you the link as soon as I get it from Blab. Go ahead and wrap. You do your final comments, Kira, and then Leslie, then you, and then I'll wrap us up.
Okay, guys, I again, I think I kind of just said it, and if I were to really just go, this all comes from my heart. My heart has changed, and that's something I didn't mention in this, but my heart has changed in the most beautiful ways since I have embraced this program. Dr. Axe does that to you because he has the softest heart and the smartest mind. He's full of wisdom, and we get that, and he shares all of that with us. So if you want to have a community that is just filled with healthy people who just have a soft heart and a big heart and want to help other people and help each other grow their business and get all of this great knowledge from Dr. Axe, who is absolutely amazing. We love him so much, and feel that passion and compassion together. This is for you.
All right, Kira, I'm laughing at the comments again. I wasn't laughing at you.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
Laughing at Missy's comment.
Yeah, no. She did. She made me laugh. And during your beautiful, I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. And then Missy's like, I'm like, Missy. So today when I showed Dr.
I see that, and he's not hard to look at, right?
Yeah. So today, I'm probably going to blush a little bit now. So today, on my Periscope, I actually showed his video, and of course, I had, there was a fair amount of people in there, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, he's not hard to look at, is he?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, okay."
Well,
and I told them,
Leslie, I have to add something real quick. I know you're trying to make your final comments, but he and his wife Chelsea, they were voted as like the best looking or best something couple in Nashville, Tennessee. They were like, yeah. So they got some award for being, this awesome couple, and they're both absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But their hearts are beautiful too.
They are.
Yeah,
beautiful
they are.
Inside and out. And it's just funny because I told them the story about Robin watched listened to the health portion of it with me. So he would sit in while I was doing class, he would sit beside me and we would do the health portion together because he was interested in knowing about nutrition and other, because he was starting a health journey and he wanted to be a part of that. And so he would sit beside me and he was like, I could just listen to this guy all night. I was like, I know, right? When class is over, I'm like, really? That's it? We're done? What? Wait, what? And so he was like, I told him, I said, yeah, it's just incredible. And he's like, yeah, he's just got the softest tone in his voice. And I was like, oh my God, do you have a crush? He was like, a little bit. Oh, it was so funny. We were laughing so hard. It was just like, yeah, but it is. His passion just ekes out of everything he says. And so it's so contagious that you just can't. I mean, it's undeniable. You're like, okay, I'm ready, So, and I have to tell you, when you guys get over into the Facebook group, when you sign up and they start allowing new members, because they have to vet you to make sure they have to go through the list of the hundreds of people that are trying to get in the group and make sure that you're actually, an accepted application to get in. And so they're going through that process right now. So be patient with them. It's a few women over there trying to, make all that happen. So just be patient with them. But when you get into the Facebook page, you'll hear a lot of talk about the music, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, but your first class, I want you to just think music, and then you'll know exactly what I mean. So yes, so those are goofy final thoughts, but those really are my final thoughts on the whole thing. Is that it is the most inspirational 8 weeks of my entire life. It is the most time that I have ever taken an inward look and really decided what my cancer journey's purpose was, which was amazing for me. I nailed it in 8 weeks through that course. And it was because of the content. It was because of the support. It was because of the enthusiasm. And it was because I actually took time and invested not only financially in myself, so I was dedicated because I had money on the line, but I also invested in myself physically and mentally, and I sat down and did the work, and it made me and made Go-To Kitchens what it is today. And so I wouldn't be anywhere near where I'm at right now without it. So just, that's my final thought there.
Same here.
Awesome. All right, so I guess it's my turn.
Your turn. Go, Evan.
This is that's a transformative program. It's 8 weeks. It's 2 classes a week. It's $200. It is more value for the dollar than you will ever get for $200 you ever see in your life. I'm a completely different person today than I was a year ago. I can look back on the person I was before I went through INL and the conscious choices that I have made in the 16 months since I asked that question, what's a Dr. Axe? And it is because of the friendships I have formed, the relationships and the people I've bonded with because of this program, that I am so drastically different today than I ever was before. Mm-hmm. Leslie has actually been along for the ride with me. Dana as well have been along for the ride with me since this transition started. So I don't even have to tell you about it myself, but I can tell you this. I'm such a different person that on the day that I have a bad day and I start to revert to my former self, I get a message from either Dana or Leslie saying, what's wrong with you? It's that obvious. It's that drastic. That obvious? Yeah, no, it really, truly is. It is that drastic a difference. So when I say that you're staring down the barrel of a transformative gun, it is exactly what I mean. The next 8 weeks will change your life forever. Just pull the trigger and go for it. And at the end of this 8 weeks, in fact, during the 8 weeks, if you enroll in the Dr. Axe program as a result of this blab, or as a result of anything the 3 of us have said, I am 100% sure that it's all you're going to talk about in the Facebook group. I'm so glad I listened to Evan. I'm so glad I listened to Kira. I'm so glad I followed Leslie's direction.
No, I'm kidding.
That's right. We want the just try it. Do it. Just jump in with both feet, and your life will change for the better.
And we'll catch you.
That's all I've got to say.
If you start to fall, we'll catch you. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for.
So I just want to close it out. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been here, that's joined us, that's interacted with us throughout the blab. This went a lot longer than I ever anticipated. I planned on an hour. I didn't plan on an hour and a half. Kira was expected to leave 40 minutes ago, and she couldn't break away. So just thank you guys. I want to give heartfelt thanks, of course, to Leslie and Kira for joining me on this. I may do another one of these on Friday or Saturday, just as a follow-up, assuming there's still some spaces left. The registration closes in 6 days. Get in before it sells out. Become a part of this program, and you will not regret it. That's all I can say on that. It is the most transformative program you'll ever be a part of. You will see Dr. Axe in a completely different light after you go through this 8-week program. So thank you guys. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Kira. I'm glad you guys were here. I just posted the link one more time into the chat. So if you click on that, you'll be able to register. It's 2 payments of $99. So it's not even like you have to come up with $200 today. $99 up front, $99 in a month, and you're good to go. So thank you so much, guys. I am Evan with Summers Wellness. I hope to see you guys in the INL program. We'll watch for you on Facebook. Have a fantastic evening. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.